blast program or whatever the fuck they're using.
Anal blast.
That's kind of what they do to you.
Wow.
That is Comcast.
Oh,
5,
there we go.
4, 3,
Wow.
2.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Tangent Podcast, episode 177 for the week of July 30th, 2018. I am your host, Brian Thomas, alongside the Beacon of Light, Anthony Salvatore,
Hello.
Uncle Muscles himself, Peter Stone.
There'd be cake.
There's no cake. The cake is a lie.
Just promised cake.
And God Mike back there, Steven Sell.
Hello.
And with the podcast for the site, pixelatedpoints.com, where we've been talking about the games that we've been playing during the week in a little segment we like to call Under Your Thumb, and take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news. But foist, little housekeeping items for you. If you guys like what you see and like what you hear, please go over to youtube.com/pixelatedpoints or twitch.tv/pxlp2pts and follow us. It's gonna be a sloppy one, man. Don't you worry.
I can tell.
Yeah, it's the second beer, and I didn't really have anything to
It's
eat
past
today.
noon, though. I mean, we're good.
Well, it's just barely past noon.
Fucking lightweight.
I peach drinking
Fucking beta.
all day over here.
So please go over there, subscribe to us. If you're on iTunes or any podcast catcher around the globe, subscribe to The Tangent as well. Steve, do you got anything else to add to that?
No.
Steve says no, so we're good to go. And Anthony went last week,
Oh, you finally got the...
so I finally got it. You thought I didn't catch it, but I caught it. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you back there. So, Anthony, you get to choose
Who goes first?
who goes first.
Pete, we have not seen you for a while.
Hey.
And, we have Cox
has
the
been a
past
while.
week, so...
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, it was devastating.
So you've missed me, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind
well,
of.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit. A little
All
bit.
right.
What have you been playing, Pete?
I've been playing Uncharted for the first time.
I can't believe you've
ever.
never played this.
Yeah, they're bringing me up to speed, you know?
So did you already beat one?
I beat one.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I powered through it in a day.
So from this podcast, the completion ratio has gone up.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many people here?
I'm
I've
contributing.
not...
I don't think Gary beat it.
Gary didn't beat it. Justin beat it, though.
Justin has beaten it. Have you beat it?
No.
Steve?
Fuck no.
Absolutely not.
I guess you got to start
All
from
right.
somewhere, right? Start from the
So
bottom.
you're at
Brandon
50
hasn't beaten it. I don't know about Derek, but we're let's just say we're 3 for 6. Mm-hmm. All right,
Okay.
cool. So how did you like Uncharted?
So the first one, it was a good experience, but the story was definitely a little underwhelming for me. Like that by the end of the game, I was like, "Wait, that's it?"
Okay.
You know, that type of thing. Maybe because I fucking crushed it in
That-
not even half a day. you
That
know?
could be it if you
Holy
kind of
shit.
plowed through
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think my biggest question with number 1 is,
If it's the best game in the series.
yep,
Did Sully die?
I don't understand how it got a second game.
You also have to remember it was a launch title for the PS3. So a lot of people didn't really have a whole lot to play, especially like you think about launches, you don't really have a whole lot of great games, but back then
Gotcha.
it was a pretty good game.
I remember the hype.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
sure.
hype surrounding it.
So 2 is really where it kind of blossomed.
Yeah. So I'm almost done with 2, and it's noticeably better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you said, they've tightened a lot of screws.
Yes, exactly. Tighten the screws. The platforming is you don't just randomly jump off a ledge. Every
Yeah.
once in a while you do. You jump the wrong way. or
And you're
something,
like, I was not
"Why the
aiming.
fuck?"
I was aiming right, and he jumped backwards
Yeah.
to the left.
Grab the fucking ledge.
Grab that yellow thing.
Yeah.
It's the only yellow thing that's there. Grab it.
Why would you jump that way?
How
Yeah,
many times
that
have you
type of
died
shit.
and heard the vuvuzela? That like,
Oh,
you're like, God, that is the worst.
what a soccer match! Just like
Yeah.
you want to rip my ears off my head. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
that's the
destroy
worst.
my eardrums. Right. Can't wait to get into the third one though.
So, gameplay. So for me, Uncharted 1 was fine. It was totally fine. I didn't play it. So I played, my first entry was number 2. So I bought Uncharted 2 without owning a PS3.
Okay.
I had friends that had PS3s, and I played it there. And then I got a PS3 for Christmas that following year, and I bought one, and I went back to one and noticed that, and I've told you this already off air,
No,
but
sir.
in 1, right, when you're playing Uncharted 1, and you have like a perfectly lined up headshot,
Yeah.
and you squeeze the trigger, somehow the enemies just do this,
It's Matrix out of the way.
and
yeah.
they don't get hit. And you're like, what? what the fuck was that?
Yeah, yeah.
The rubber band AI
Yeah,
type thing.
and you're just like, what the
I know you
fuck?
hide Keanu Reeves for all the fucking the enemies over here.
So now they changed that with Uncharted 2. It's not a
Yeah.
shit show
Right.
like the gameplay was in the first one.
Yeah, there's no dodging my headshots. No. Can't dodge my bullets, bitch.
So I think this is the beginning of the game.
This is the beginning of 2, yeah.
Yep. So spoilers for a 2009 game or 8 game, whenever this came out.
Then you eventually loop back to this point. So I'm well past this point.
You're close
not
to
like
the end
well
of the game.
past. Yeah. So after this, there's a tank fight in like a village and shit. I'm past that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is literally for the audio listeners at home. We're watching the beginning of this game, and you're hanging off of the back of a train. And at some point, you do circle back to this, late, like midway through the game, somewhere. I don't know, like if it's midway, but let's just say it is.
I think it's late game, isn't it?
I think
pretty
it's
late.
Pretty late.
Ending.
Yeah.
So Pete's almost done with the game.
yeah. Pete's
Yeah.
almost finished with 2. So Pete, what are you liking? What are you disliking about this? You were saying the platforming is still a little funky to you.
A little bit, yeah. Maybe I'm just like, because I had this issue with Tomb Raider as well, where
The new Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I had played God of War, where it's pretty much you're on a wire.
Yeah.
There's no fucking up. And then you go to play this game and kind of not thinking, and then you jump somewhere,
don't
and you're
grab.
like, oh, right, I'm actually supposed to control this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awkward.
I'm wondering if it also is like showing its age a little bit. Maybe
A little bit.
they've fixed climbing in a lot of games, so you're kind of
Outdated
used.
platforming.
Yeah, you're used to a certain way, and this just kind of, it just doesn't hold up as well.
Right.
I haven't played this since, over 10 years ago. Maybe not that long, but like 8 for sure. And I think 4, I think 3 probably does better gameplay wise. I don't think the story gets any better than it does in 2. I don't even know, 4 and 2, depending on the day, I change my answer.
Yeah.
I think 2 and 4 are just incredible, astonishing game, especially story-wise. But 3, I kind of felt a little flat to me. Gameplay-wise, it picks up for sure, but story, I don't think so. But I'm just gonna say this: you like the story in 2 much better than 1. Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to find somebody who thinks Uncharted 1 is the best game in the series.
Well, 16 said otherwise.
Yeah, 16%.
What? I do know that while I'm playing 2, and I'm like, okay, what's the monster in this game? Because they're in the first one, they had those like Wendigo types of monsters, and like the Nazi base.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I forget exactly what they look like.
They were, what was it? Until Dawn, whatever. That had those like the monster in that. They're kind of similar to those.
Humanoid type.
Okay,
Humanoid, like they would like be on all fours pretty much,
yeah. Okay.
and they're all bald and gray.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Um.
And in this one, you had
They were
like,
Nazis?
Yetis, pretty much.
Yeah, they were like
with
Yeti
horns.
with
like,
horns.
with
Yes.
like a ram's head on it. Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. They had the.
And they just don't fucking die. You shoot the shit out of them.
Yeah. If you can, pick up the crossbow.
Yep, I did that.
Okay.
One shot kill all
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, which is very nice.
Wait, a crossbow's a one shot.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it, Anthony.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it. It can be a light arrow for all you know. All right.
It's a one shot.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
But oh man, watching this kind of makes me want to go back, but I know I just don't have the fucking time for it. But God,
You
this
also don't have it. I have your copy.
listen, I could pop in
Holy
my
shit.
PS3 and good to go, baby.
Yeah.
Did you buy is this remastered?
This one, I have the Uncharted collection, and
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I've borrowed the collection from you.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
very cool. But yeah, do you have anything else really to note?
The other thing I was playing, not this week, but like the week before, so Division. I got back on the Division, and I noticed that there are missions now they're pretty much like grind types of missions, like kill this many bad guys, is like named bad guys in the Dark Zone or something like that. And the rewards for all these missions are things that you're going to get in Division 2 when you start it up.
Okay, so you can
carry,
take.
so it's going to carry over.
It's
You're
gonna
going to carry over whatever you get
There's
in the
a
division
lot. There's a lot of stuff.
to the second game.
Yes.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And you're saying that is there a lot of missions or a lot of items that you can like, or is it like?
There's a lot of missions.
Mhm.
I haven't seen all the items because they're locked. Like I
Okay.
can't see what the items are. Like
Oh.
you got to keep on doing them, like mission by mission by mission, like in groupings. Pretty
Okay.
much. So once you finish the first grouping, it'll unlock more.
So does it show you what the items are, or is it like you just transfer
Yeah,
those over?
it'll be
to-
like cosmetic items, patches.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not like you're not getting guns and things.
No.
Okay.
I don't
It's,
think so.
it's still probably one of those deals where like you had to play one. Like if you start from
Mm-hmm.
2, like you can't get those.
Right.
So it'd be.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay, I
I'm
see
wondering
what
if
you're
it's
saying.
like since you put in the time for one.
You can now show these cosmetic items off in 2.
Correct.
So they've made these all very attainable now, just
Mm-hmm.
because they had global events going on back,
Mm-hmm.
a while ago, but they would do like one every month or something like that. It's pretty much every weekend now that they have these going on.
And is this in the Dark Zone only, or is it
No, it's
just normal gameplay?
game wide.
Okay,
pretty
that's
much,
awesome.
yeah.
So you could do it in either one, really, depending on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wait a minute. Now, so for the viewers or listeners at home, we're watching gameplay of Division 1. Are those NPCs that are just friendly shooting other
Yeah.
shit? I forgot about
They're
that.
like JTF officers. So this is a little mission where you rolled up at an intersection and it says defend the JTF officer.
Oh, okay. So you're
So
kind of.
he's the VIP essentially. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Very nice.
It's
I
very
forget a
low
lot.
level thing
Forget a
here.
lot about the Division because I played it for about 2 weeks and went, this game is really cool, and I think all of my friends stopped playing it, so I stopped playing it.
Yeah, but there's since the game has come out, there's been a ton more of added content.
I love that they continue to support games like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was saying how
It's
like
Ubisoft for you, right?
yeah,
there.
like it's
Shit game at first, and then great a year later.
Well,
looking
there's-
for honor.
well,
to a
look
few
at
games.
No Man's Sky this week, right?
Yeah,
Everyone's
exactly.
blowing up about No Man's Sky out there, and apparently it's
Xbox
amazing.
officially got it.
So we'll see, but
Yeah, I'm really excited for the sequel of this.
it comes out in August of next, not August, February of next year, right?
I believe so.
Because there's like the one day that has like 8 games coming out.
Yeah.
It's like February 22nd has Anthem, this,
It'll be something. Be delayed.
something else. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 games that are coming out that day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure one of them
Will be delayed.
will be delayed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Probably Anthem.
nah, I don't think so. I think Anthem needs to
Big
come
bet.
out. I'm actually most excited for Anthem.
Are you?
I have high hopes. I expect nothing, but I wish for the best in that game. Yeah, I know. I was right there, but the more I watch it, the more excited I am.
Yeah, but
about
you've
it.
seen that before.
Hey, listen, I understand. I've been burned before, and I'll probably be burned again. If it's by Anthem, you can hit me with, "I told you so."
okay, because I know you're gonna red box it and make the smart decision.
I wasn't going to, but I might now. Thank you for that.
That's usually what you do for decisions. You're like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking red box it. And
that is a quintessential BT move.
yeah. For games that you're not too sure of, and then like I said, it's something you could probably get the most content out of for that time period anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So you'll play it for 5 days, get a shit ton of hours into it, and then go, "Do I really want it?"
If you do, you said you wait if the sale happens.
Yeah, you pick it up. Not bad, Ant. Not bad.
That's-
You're
you
a
know,
fat smeller.
This is your strategy for this stuff.
It is my strat. I will tell you that. All right, cool. Pete, you got anything else on Division?
Negative.
All right, who's going next?
We'll hit up Steve over there.
All righty.
Shit.
Okay.
Steve, give us the good stuff.
So
I know what you're playing.
I played Color Road.
Yeah, you did. Why did you play Color Road?
Brian told me to.
That's true. I thought that Steve might enjoy this game.
Were
Yeah.
you right?
Was I right?
Kind of.
All right, here we go. Let's get
played
into it.
I played it for a while.
Give me Give it to me solid, Steve. Give it to me right in my face.
It's
So tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's you could say it's an endless runner.
Yeah, that's what I would call it.
With that you're a ball on a road.
Nailed it.
And
On a color road, if
on
you
a
will.
color road. Well, the road isn't color. You're a color. You're a colored ball that you have to match with other colors.
Oh,
Yes.
the road just changed color.
So I think of it as a very Guitar Hero-esque, but like an
Just,
endless runner.
Right. That's exactly what it would be.
So I've been playing this as well, and when you start off, there's 3 colors. There's red, green, and yellow, right? And
Primary.
no,
Not
blue.
sure.
Yeah.
Blue, yeah.
So if you're a red ball, you have to slide the ball left and right while it's continuously moving and hit other red colored balls. If you're yellow, yellow, green, green. But every time you go off a ramp, it changes your color. So you go off of a ramp and it shows you it's a yellow triangle or yellow ramp. So you're going to be yellow or red, and it's going to be a red ramp. And you basically just change the color, right? And then just follow the balls. And the more that you hit in a row, the higher your multiplier is, and then you're getting more points for each ball that you get.
This guy crushing it right now.
This guy's doing okay. Steve, how high have you gotten? Do you know?
I don't remember. I can't.
Tell the difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a big problem with my colorblindness.
Yeah, I guess I really wasn't thinking that. I honestly just thought like you might.
Well, I thought you gave it to me
genuinely-
because of my
That's not
colorblindness.
No,
to see if
no,
could do
I
it.
gave it to
This
you
will help
just
you.
because I thought it was like you might enjoy the game.
Oh, I do enjoy it,
I chose
but
on you,
like I
asshole.
was looking, I played for a while and I didn't even notice like the ramps were changing colors.
Oh no!
So I kept smashing. I was like, what am I doing wrong? I'm hitting the right color.
Oh no!
And then I was looking in the settings for like a colorblind mode.
Nothing.
There's nothing, which sucks because all I need is just if it was
Dark green.
just like blue, yellow,
Right.
red.
You can
maybe.
change the colors.
Can I?
Oh yeah. So if you play it enough, you can unlock different colors and skins and stuff. So right now I'm playing as a donut, and it's like a green, blue, and a red donut instead of
Yes.
balls. So like
That-
you can change the colors to ones that might actually work for you.
Yeah, that might help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm watching it on the screen right now, and I mean,
You having difficulty following
no,
the
it's
color at
slightly
all? Or?
easier than my iPhone, which is weird because it's supposed to have a good screen. But it's that red and green that will get me. The yellow's all right.
Yeah.
Well, the road matches what? The road was red.
I like it. I'd like to play more of it. I just can't. It's super difficult.
No,
for me.
I honestly just totally goofed on that. Like,
Yeah.
I honest to God did not think like, oh, Steve's colorblind.
Fresh
This is a game
hue.
about color, and usually I'm all for that. This
Yeah.
just happened coincidentally and accidentally, and I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's no big deal. It was
But-
funny because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do I?
I'm imagining you downloaded this and went, what the fuck, Bri? Like, I'm colorblind. What did you think I was gonna do with
That's
this?
exactly when you like when I grabbed it, I realized, oh, he wants to. Yeah, it's gonna be funny.
You love Huey. You love this game.
Or that it was whatever. I don't know, but I don't know what I play. I would enjoy it. I like the challenge of it. I'd like to keep trying to do it.
No, yeah,
Just
absolutely.
weaving with the-
See if you can find a like a color scheme that works best for you.
If I get it, the thing that annoyed me,
Just
there's
crushing
they would throw in tons of ads at me very quickly.
Yeah, that's one thing that actually kind of distracts from the gameplay, Steve, is they throw a lot of ads at you, and while you're playing, the ads will load, and it slows down the game to a crawl, so you'll just crash into something, even though you weren't controlling it because the ads made it very sluggish. So I've found that when I do play this game, I turn off I just put it on airplane mode.
Smart move.
And
yeah.
just play it, and it's a lot smoother. But when I don't do that, it's, you play 1 or 2 games and then it's fine, and then the ads just
Right.
crush.
I'm just
Yeah,
I
performance.
didn't check what the price was without ads.
Oh, I didn't
That's kind
either.
of yeah.
You know, if it's like 99 cents, I'd probably grab it, or maybe like $2.
I don't know, about $2.
Yeah, $2 is high,
$4.99.
but
Yeah.
99 cents, I might grab it.
I could see this game being a 49 center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
49 cent. Why not? It's under 50 cents. What could you get for under 50 cents these days, Anthony?
Nothing.
Hey, nothing. You can get a video game. Color Road. It's not the best video game, but it might be a video game.
Just to remind you that your dollar goes far.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. That's exactly what it does.
But yeah, that's all I played.
All right, cool.
I don't know if you want me to talk about the other game you told me you wanted me to play that I didn't. Or if you want to wait for your...
I will. You know what? I will wait till next week
Okay.
because I didn't play a whole lot of it. I did play it like 2 weeks ago, and I kind of forget a little bit about it. But it's kind of... It's not the best. We might just completely skip over it. And for those of you wondering what it is, it's called Cardinal Land. It's on the iOS store. So feel free to check that out, but I'm going to tell you to avoid checking that out for sure.
Fair enough. All right, so I'm going to go... I'll just go to you.
Wow.
Me?
As he's sipping a beer, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Okay, perfect. So I played a few games this week, mostly on my Switch. So as you know, I played Color Road, but I also played this game called Paladins. And
shit.
Gary played a lot of Paladins back in the day. Pete, have you played Paladins?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yep.
Paladins is an Overwatch clone.
Free on Switch?
It's free on Switch, so I downloaded it and I started playing it.
Same people who made Smite.
Same people that made Smite, yeah. It plays totally fine. You can play in third or first person. I've been playing first person. And there are like 30 characters that I have no idea what any of them do. So now I understand what the fuck Steve was talking about when he's like, I don't get what the hell you're saying. Because I'm playing this game and I only have like 6 characters unlocked. And I think you have to like play the game to get these crystals to then unlock the characters. And I'm like,
No.
I don't know if this is for Brian. So,
It's just like any,
like free to play model.
yeah, pretty much.
So I'm playing it, and I will say it plays great. So especially on Switch, I was surprised at how well it ran. Left trigger is an attack or like one of your abilities. Left or Z, L, Z, R, and R are all like special attacks and things like that. It's just very similar to Overwatch. So what we're watching right now on screen, this knight character has a fireball, a shield, a charge, and a mount. So he was just running on a horse. And it's what I will say about what I've played so far is it's mostly just a first-person shooter. It feels like it feels like very much like a Call of Duty, where it's mostly team deathmatch. There's not really in like capture the point. I feel like in Overwatch, there are the different modes in Overwatch that make the game a lot more interesting depending on which characters you are. So Overwatch is, I want to say Overwatch's game modes and character models help make it an overall better game than Paladins. Paladins is a fun, frantic first-person shooter, it feels like. So I haven't played anything, and I think I've played like 5 or 6 matches of just team deathmatch. So it's literally just running around killing people. So you're not...
Still one.
Yeah, you're not like, okay, I need a defensive character here, or I need this type of character to, counterbalance the other team. What I found is just everyone just is shooting everybody. There's more chaos. There's more chaos. There's not a whole ton of strategy. And I will say, I haven't played it too much, so I could be very wrong. Another thing that's different about this game from Overwatch is that you can get cards mid-game.
I saw that on the bottom.
Yeah, so for the audio listeners, I'm sorry, you'll just have to go over to twitch.tv/pxlpts and watch the live version of this podcast. But you can get cards that kind of boosts your character mid-match. So this person is picking Headstrong, which is taking 12% reduced damage for each nearby enemy, maxing out at like 50%. So that like boosts that character's ability to take damage. So the more people you kill, the more points you get. Every time you control a point, you get more points, and then you can use those to buy cards. You can choose to manually buy cards, or you can like pick a loadout and say
preset, like 3 cards. You choose 3 before going into battle or something.
Exactly, and then it kind of tells you, okay, what cards you want to buy first, and you can choose those ones, and so it is. There is some strategy to it. It just, I feel like the strategies don't really play a big role as it does in Overwatch. I feel like they just haven't really found the correct, I guess, game modes and game types
or balance
to match with a hero-based shooter. I haven't found any, and again, I'm not great at Overwatch, but I haven't found too much of a challenge playing other people on Switch in this. It is fun and it's free, so I would highly recommend checking it out if you even remotely like any sort of first-person shooter. Like, you don't even need to like Overwatch. You can just play this game and enjoy it.
What was the what was the space requirement for the?
I think it's 6 gigs.
So that's actually not bad.
It's not bad at all. I mean, for Switch, it's like middle of the pack, but it's not bad at all. I think you can buy the starters pack or whatever it's called, and it unlocks everything. I think that's $30. And that's been out since E3, but I think this week the free game came out. So, you have early adopters that paid the $30 and got everything. Or you can literally just play the game and unlock everything slowly. But I really highly doubt that I'll play this for much longer. Pete, do you have... Because you said you played it a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
a long time ago when there were probably like 12 or 15 heroes in it. Fun fact, Realm Royale, the new Battleground game that's out, it was born from this game.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Realm Royale.
Yeah. It's a Battlegrounds, whatever.
Got it.
It's just kind of like a 1v1,
Like,
like
yeah.
hundreds.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's another PUBG, Fortnite thing.
But it
It's just
runs off of this engine.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check that out. That's
Yeah,
kinda
so you
cool.
go around and pick up like different armor pieces and like the cards, I guess, like magic items. Yeah, it's very similar. It's got its own little flavor to it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Next piece of news is not what we're looking
Oh,
for
it could
there.
be. It is news.
Well, I guess not really. I'm playing another new game that came out to the Switch this week, and it is called Crossing Souls. So, our buddy Gary Hines played Crossing Souls a little while ago, and he said that this was a game that I was gonna fucking love. So
Was he right?
I paid $15, plunked it down on my Switch, and I downloaded this game and I started playing it this morning. I just beat the prologue, so the game takes place in California, a town out like on the outskirts of California in 1986. So what
Good
we're
year.
watching right now is literally a cartoon cutscene that looks very much like an intro to an 80s cartoon. And these little cutscenes,
Metal.
these cutscenes are sprinkled in throughout the game. So the main game is all pixel art. So everything that you're playing is a top-down action-adventure pixel art game. It feels like Secret of Mana a lot, but with some sort of Zelda dashings mixed in. So I'll give you an example. When you're out in the field and you're fighting things, it feels very Secret of Mana-esque. You can see the damage that you're doing.
Yeah,
you can
it's
see the
place.
enemies coming at you, and you're just attacking. But you have a group of 5 kids. There's like outcast of kids that are that all have special abilities. So the main character, Chris here, is the older brother of Kevin. So Chris has a baseball bat and he can jump and climb. So
It's
he
like
can
Breath,
climb.
like Breath of Fire type.
I've never played Breath of Fire, so you might be able to explain this a little bit better to me. So at first, you
Could have
play.
sworn you did. You had it on the GBA, didn't you?
I did not.
No, Tien did.
Oh.
But so you play as Chris, and you have to go find your little brother because he's off doing something in the woods. So you have to go find him, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna gather the gang. And so you go pick up Matt, who is a tech geek, a little
Nerd.
So he's got a ray gun, and he can hover across longer.
You can jump further than.
Yeah, he can jump. He kind of hovers like Peach does in Super Mario Brothers 2. And then there's Big Joe, who is more of like the tank brawler guy.
Dude, is
so
that Thriller?
Yeah, so like there's tons of 80s reference here. So there's an NES on the ground. There's Thriller. There's a Thriller poster, Ghostbusters. You find
Pac-Man.
G.I. Joe, Pac-Man. You find a lot of things that are very reminiscent of the 80s. And I found a VHS that was
Working?
I think it was called like Trek Wars 4, and it was basically the cover of A New Hope.
Oh, got you.
So I was like, oh, this is really cool. So there's lots of like little nods, like in
Cultural
almost
references.
every corner of this game, you'll find something. And so I found that really interesting. so far, I'm really enjoying the game. I will say that at one point, I kind of felt my eyes getting like heavy, and I wasn't sure if it was because I was tired or if I was bored with the game.
Got it, yeah. There's a lot of dialogue, or
Not a whole lot of dialogue. I felt like I was reading some things, but other things I was kind of crush and be.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of like little funny dialogue things that you could completely miss. Like this one right here, the character's reading history exams that his dad taught. But if you keep doing it, if you keep clicking into it, he's like, there's like a million and one different things I could be doing with my summer. Why the hell am I looking at history exams? And then he's like, he went back and he was like, all right, I guess I'll just answer this question for this kid or something like that. And you actually have to answer the question. So I was like, oh, that like just, I could have completely missed that. Like you don't have to do it. I just thought it was really cool. So there's lots of small details in this game that are great. Also, I got sidetracked. So the Big Joe is the tank character. And then you get Charlie, who is a girl, and she has like a whip, so she's more of a control. If you're being overwhelmed, she's great with controlling and
like enemy
whipping.
control?
Yeah, whipping everybody around. And you can only play as one character at a time, but you can switch on the fly. So you just press the left trigger or whatever, and it changes your character.
So you say special? Yeah, this is like the Breath of Fire type.
Okay, perfect. Then that's a great reference, because I just thought like with Zelda, you're getting a lot of, like this character has, a hook shot, and this other character has the dash boots or something like that.
No, you'll switch because you all like toe in line, but like there's like the monkey in the Breath of Fire 2 stretches his arm so you can cross like a bridge.
Okay, yeah. So that's a better example. Thank you so much, Ant. So
I got you.
thanks, I appreciate it. So she can also she has this rope that she kind of turns into a slingshot, and she can sling herself over certain obstacles.
Yeah.
And if it's too far for Matt with the hovering, she can like fling herself across. And right now, the story is kind of interesting. It's got this like Stranger Things,
Miami Hill Cops.
yeah, Stranger Things vibe, and there was a crazy thunderstorm that happened, and like half of or your whole town went out of electricity, and they're kind of fixing it. So like once you leave your house and go off into the city, you start like collecting your characters. You get all of them, and then you go to the woods because that's where your little brother is. And he's like, "Hey, I found something! I found something! I found something!" And he finds some sort of gem that allows your characters to cross over into, I guess, the land of the dead. So you can see dead people that are just sitting in this limbo and interact with others. So I haven't gone much further past that point, but I can imagine that there's going to be really funny dialogue because I've seen some cavemen.
So it's
like
exchange between 1980s
yeah,
and
like
fucking
1980s and
prehistoric.
All of history. So I'm really interested to see that. I'm interested to see more of like the platforming sections where Chris will be able to climb up vines and get to another section, but then you have to switch and jump across and then switch again. So I'm wondering which characters I find that I'm going to be using more than others, things like that. And again, I've only played this for maybe 2 hours. Like I just beat the prologue, which is what we're watching right now over on twitch.tv/pxlpts. And so far it's great. There's no bad thing that I have to say about it so far. It doesn't feel slow. It feels like everything is kind of coming very quickly. That's what she said. And sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Swing away.
Gary said I would really like this game, and you know what? So far he's right. Interested to see how far that takes me, because I will tell you this: the whole time I was playing this, I was like, "But I could really be playing Octopath Traveler right now."
Yeah.
So that's the last game that I've been playing this week, and I can't stop playing Octopath Traveler.
Just shocking for you. I said
I love JRPGs.
But you know this is a long haul.
Yeah, and I know that it is going to take me like 50 plus hours to beat, and I'm okay with that because it's weird. it's almost like comfort food. Somebody, I think it's Brandon, I think it's Cox, keeps saying like, "Oh, this game looks like Golden Sun." It doesn't look like Golden Sun. It just reminds me of Golden Sun.
It's an up res.
Yeah, it just looks the way the game looks, it holds my attention. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I don't want to do this, but I kind of gotta defend him. I do think it does have a Golden Sun look. I think the characters do.
It does.
Oh, okay. Like I can get on board with the characters.
The
for sure.
The environment,
Not so much.
not even close.
Yeah,
but
like
definitely like
this character right here, Cyrus, which is the scholar, the black mage, looks exactly like one of the characters in Golden Sun.
I'm not
looks
even saying that. I'm just saying
exactly
like the graphically it does in a way, like the characters.
Okay.
Just something about them.
No, and you know it's funny, Steve, because
I don't think he was talking about that.
No, I don't think
and
so.
I don't want to defend him.
I understand what you're saying, and I can get on board with what you're saying, because it does. I was saying it's a brand new game, but it feels like I've played this game a million times before, and it feels like comfort food. And Golden Sun is my comfort food. So it does have this weird kind of old lineage, but it's a brand new game. And I can't help but want to continue to play it. And it's not repetitive at all. Like,
no, the enemy, like you said, like they do it very well in like the chapter separation and like the enemy, like each part you get to, it's a new enemy design, it's new weaknesses, it's new. You have to switch between party members.
You always kind of know. So if you're if you start with the Huntress, you know that those enemies are going to have weaknesses to axes and arrows because that's what she has, right?
Correct.
But not all. They don't always have those. So it's kind of you're always kind of guessing like, okay, what is this enemy like weak to? Which I'm a huge fan of.
It's the puzzle. It's like a puzzle aspect, and then on top of the traditional JRPG turn-based combat. And like you said, the shield break thing adds the new element of like when they're dizzy, you do more damage.
And you're always paying attention to, okay, who do I want to attack next? So you can say like, oh, this bug is attacking me next, and they have they have a 2 defense, but I could use one of my like boosts.
Supercharge, yeah.
I could use one of my boosts to then break their defense and then make them dizzy, and then they won't be able to attack me. So you're always kind of on your toes, and I love that about this game. It's never just like, all right, let's get through this battle. I feel like every battle is slightly unique to make you pay attention.
Yeah, even like from some because I like to level up.
Yeah, you're a grinding fiend.
Like I like everyone to be, like I was telling you prior to this, I like everyone to kind of be relative to the same level. The only downside is you're locked in with the first character.
So the first character you choose, you are stuck with that character the entire game. You cannot get rid of them.
But everyone else would like to be like on the same page. So I'm going to different regions and just kind of leveling them up to get to a surrounding level. But even then, like said, combat-wise, it's always like you can't really just crush through the attack button. Like you never become kind of OP.
Yeah, you never become so powerful that like you're killing everybody. And the reason being is that the enemies scale to kind of where you are. So I'm sure you noticed this, Ant. So when you started with the Huntress, very similar to me.
Yeah.
And when you were fighting the enemies as the Huntress, she was doing a relative damage to the enemies.
Correct.
So, but when you were on your last, who was the last character you picked up?
The thief.
So you picked up Therion last. So you literally just went around the horn, just like I did. Yeah. So when you're fighting enemies, when you picked up the thief, you then have 3 other characters in your party. So it's the Huntress, 2 others, and then the thief.
The thief, yeah.
And so the thief is level 1, and your Huntress, let's just say, was 15 or 16, whatever she was. Yeah. So she was doing the most damage, but the thief was just dying. He wasn't he might not have died, but he wasn't doing damage.
Correct.
Because he's such a low level, because everything scales up. Now, had you started with the thief, he would have been kind of the one that was the higher level. So I really enjoy that they level up the enemies to like your main
characters. Correct. It's like it's interesting because like I got to the end of the thief and I was like, well, I'll crush through the boss of that, but that's not necessarily the case for the.
Nope.
Yeah, so they kept it very well as if it was like a boss battle through and through for each person you do.
Yeah, I am a huge fan So I just found my first like hidden scroll, which allows you to get the second job.
Oh, all right.
So I found a black mage scroll,
Well,
which
you found
isn't
you
helpful.
found the scroll. I got the each one's named something different.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
So I got the black mage thing, which doesn't help me because I use Cyrus, who is the scholar who uses black magic, and he's just he crushes people. He's so strong.
He's very well. Not even he identifies weaknesses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
So-
that's just like a perk on top of his damage output with spells. So he's fucking awesome. So I've changed my thief to also become a black mage because I was like, well, why the fuck not, really? He's using
potty
thief.
room.
Well,
Thief and yeah.
thief and black mage. Once I find, let me just tell you, because we talked about this. Once I find a white mage skill,
Yeah, it's a different.
Ophelia's out.
Yeah.
She's gone. Although I will say her skill to guide people is helpful because then she can summon them in
Yeah.
battle. Then
Yeah.
you're getting like a 5th attack.
Yeah, but I prefer like the hunter's beast summon to
Yeah.
anything else anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Ophelia might help though if her second job might have been like the warrior.
Oh, that's true. So,
So,
I'm very interested to find all of the other things to be like, all right, who do I want? Who's like ability? So I'm definitely going to keep the thief because you can steal stuff, so you don't have to buy stuff from people.
Yeah, but see, I mean, like when you find the thief second, when you find the item for the thief, would you keep the thief? Or would you
Well,
just give
yes,
the second job? to
because the second job, you can't use the second job's skill out in the world.
The water in this game is
the,
unreal.
correct. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
it's
is.
beautiful.
Everything in this game, Steve, looks fucking gorgeous. There's not
The
like
snow,
a bad
when you
thing.
Go to, like Ophelia's, like,
Yeah,
the
when you're
snow
going
is
to the
just-
Frostlands, they're real nice. But yeah, there's nothing. So you can use skills in the real world. So you can provoke.
the
or
thief is
the thief is literally just steal stuff.
Yeah.
Or you could have Teresa, who will then buy things from people, so you're spending money.
I'm a bunch. She's not even in the party.
Yeah,
It's like
I
I said,
don't-
I steal everything.
I
And you
steal everything.
you go
as
to the
well.
tavern if you fail and just restore the reputation.
Yeah, you're good to go. I will say Cyrus is great, but his like worldly skill is he can scrutinize people, so he can judge people and get more information out of him.
Yeah.
Out of them. But you always have like a percentage chance of failing. With Alphen, the apothecary, he just talks to people and he gets the information out of them that way.
Yeah, those two were relatively the same. Same with what was the
Well,
warriors is-
Ulbrich and Hyant, which is the huntress, have the lids
Oh, it's
basically a
challenge.
duel.
Yeah.
And then
The merchant and the thief are technically
it's technically the same, and then Primrose and Ophelia are the same. So
correct. She dances. Yeah,
she seduces while Ophelia guides them with religion.
got yeah.
So,
Haven't used
I haven't used Primrose, Teresa, or
yeah.
Alphen really too much. I thought Alphen was going to be my fourth member.
Alphen's like I said, he can do massive like if you mix the right shit. Like I said, he can heal. So
which is extremely helpful.
So I got rid of Ophelia at right now because I'm leveling him up, and I think he might be like the fourth member.
I might actually do that when I start playing this again. I might get rid of Ophelia and switch out Alphen, so that way he starts to get to a higher level. Because right now he's at like 10 or 11.
Well, like I said, in the benefit of it is like the boost also helps like within combat and outside. So if you heal something, you do like the 4.
Yeah, and it
It's
boosts
4
up
times
your-
the amount of heal.
Yeah. God, this game is so fucking good. Like, I just don't know how to really.
You gotta play it.
You got to play it. It's free. You can play the demo. If you have a Switch, there's no reason for you not to download the demo.
Japan game, if I can get it.
It's, oh yeah, well, I mean, physically you can't buy this. It's very hard to find. It's been selling out like hotcakes. I'm really glad that I got a physical copy. I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't get the special edition, just because that's going to be
Like this guy.
a collector's edition, like a collector's item down the road. Not that I would sell it, but you know.
You're moving away from the physical.
I am moving away from physical, actually.
Sad state.
I just got a 128 gig SD card for my Switch, and that should be totally fine for me. I think like the main games I'm gonna get like you know, if they come out with like if I buy Smash Brothers, I'll buy Smash physically. If I buy
Nintendo, so
Nintendo, like Nintendo first party games, I'll buy
physically.
physically, and then everything else will just go digitally.
I think for me, it's you buy the games you can physically, and then the ones you can't, you don't.
Correct.
Well,
yeah.
I
mean-
that thing just fucking
Well,
crushed
'cause
Cyrus.
Because yeah,
Anyway, sorry, but no, Steve, I understand what you're saying. I do kind of do that right now. That's kind of where I'm at. So all of the big games I have physically, but Crossing Souls I just bought, Paladins I got for free,
Yeah.
like SteamWorld, anything off the eShop really, the
Right.
indie type of games, I just buy digitally. Like I'm not like I need to wait until Limited Run comes out with that game. Like
So it's a weird spot too when I think about it, because you got a lot of games that are physical now that you need to download stuff for. That makes me question, like, well, what happens 5-10 years from now when you want to pop it in? Like, am
And
I
it
still
doesn't.
able to? Like,
Still
what
able to play?
What happens? Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand. Like, am I able to still actually play the game, or does something need to be downloaded? So that makes me dubious about. That's actually the biggest problem with the Switch in a way. It's this space limitation where it's almost a guaranteed download for a lot of games, whereas with the PS4 and the Xbox One, it shouldn't be. Some of the games are, obviously, because they're huge, but I don't know. It makes me wonder. Like the longevity of physical.
oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, like,
that's
well,
what you
because
ruin
you want it,
yourself.
you get physical because you think, oh,
down the line.
down the line, I can play this game anytime I want without it needing to be on servers or whatever, or, you
Yeah.
know, or if they remove it from the store, you know, or something like that. You just
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen.
No, I completely understand. I think that's why I've been so staunch on physical for the longest time. That and because I like to let people
We've had this
borrow
yeah.
games.
Right.
Like
we
we couldn't have had
the Uncharted collection, and
Yeah,
that
that's
again,
true.
like you can buy the Uncharted collection on the PSN for like $9.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, Pete, it's sitting in my closet. Like, just I'd rather somebody else play it than it just sit there.
Yeah.
So that's why I really enjoy physical stuff, because I'm more of a, hey, I played this game. I think that you would like this game. Do you want to borrow it? And yeah, well, again, like, who's like, you know what? No, I don't want to
No,
borrow
I-
a game
no.
that I think I might like. Why would I spend my own money when someone else, like, I don't know.
Says
I'm-
otherwise. I mean,
Hey, listen, I'm still trying to get him to buy that PS4, man. I don't understand.
that's the stupidest fucking.
I
I don't
know.
even know why he wouldn't. You complain about that. You get nothing to play.
Yep.
$20 a week.
It's $25. I told him I'd sell him my PS4 because I'm getting the new Spider-Man one for $175.
Okay.
you
So,
could pay him
but he
25.
could pay me $25 a week up until September when it comes. And I was like,
Easy.
just do it. And he was like, I don't know. I'm good with the games I have. And I was like, you were literally just
Just
fucking
saying.
complaining about the games that you don't have.
Yeah, it smells like bullshit.
Yeah.
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 Politician
Smells
through
like
and through.
cocks and bullshit.
Fucking guys. Pulling reasons out of his ass.
Anyways, I'm done talking about Octopath Traveler and venting about Coxie Poo.
Yeah.
Anthony, what have you been playing?
So we got one last game.
Yeah.
This is an Xbox exclusive.
Okay.
It's called the Darwin Experiment.
All right. What is it? Because this game looks cool.
It looked, yeah, correct. So I was enticed
Uh-oh.
like you, the same way.
Did you spend money on this? Did you get duped?
No, this is free.
Okay.
This is free, but I did have to pay for the Xbox Live, which I was very upset about.
Wait, is it free on Xbox Live?
Yeah, for now.
Okay.
Because it is still in beta. It's a battle royale game.
Oh.
Didn't know that either.
No, I'm not opposed to battle royales. I just don't like them.
I'm not, because I thought this was a cool idea. I thought it would be like Don't Starve.
Yeah, this is what I was
multiplayer.
getting. Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought it was, but it's not, because you're trying to kill each other. So it mixes elements of like Fortnite, where you have to gather materials. You're in a wood, you're in a snow area.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you can't see this, but the problem I kind of had was gathering like wood. Not everything can be broken down. There's not an abundance of it, and you have a problem like you have a cold meter of like how cold your character's getting.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to craft things like fur,
Or be in a building to warm yourself
warm
up.
yourself up, or start a fire.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of go around, gather all these things, and then at the same time still have to like fight other people.
Okay, so this is basically Hunger Games.
Kinda, yeah. Battle Royale, Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
So the first game I played.
Also, you're in a prison jumpsuit. What's the
no,
deal
no.
with
So
that?
he made that. You're not normally. So that's you're normally in like just robes, like garbs that are. Actually, don't remember what they look like. Yeah, but the orange thing's not a normal.
Okay, so this guy built a prison garb.
Yeah, he definitely gathered something and then made clothing for himself. Because it's also, I don't think he's getting cold. It will like flash on your thing if you're too cold, but he's not affected by it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's very slow.
Yeah, it's a slow build, and it'll tell you to either start a fire or like
there's a little tracking thing. Like,
Ooh.
who loaded this?
But everything else, like controls aren't as fluid.
As you want them to be?
Yeah, it's not even like, so the first game I played, I actually had the problem of like, you know how like in Fortnite or most Battle Royales, the map slowly decreases and it kind of forces you to encounter other people. So trying to get the bearings of it, I was kind of gathering stuff just to build. I ended up building like a fur coat to stay warm, and then I did the fire at the same time. And then the first match I died, like it closed in and I didn't get to the other part of the map.
Okay, so it does do that then.
But it does it like very quick.
Okay.
I think each section closes within, 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I was trying to, like I said, run to the next thing. I happened to make it, and I died.
Okay. Also, so I'm watching this guy. He's making a fur coat, so now he looks different. Is each game, you start off each game as something, and then, like, as just a default look, and then you upgrade...
I think you actually all look, it's a default character. It's if you see like the main person on the screen, it'll just look like a generic.
Okay, but so I guess my question is, so this guy just made like a fur coat. Does that transfer over to the next game or no?
No.
Okay.
He loses. So whoever wins, it's like you said, like I'm assuming it's like Fortnite where you win, you're the top person. You get experience points and you level up. And then continue into the next match, it starts off like brand new.
Okay.
The other thing at the top, which most people see, it says the electronics thing. No clue what the fuck that does.
Okay.
Started the second game a little bit different. Trying to, like I said, got the bearings of like how to gather stuff, like him kind of going along, just picking up stuff and then counter someone else. I encountered someone else relatively quickly this time, and I remember like you can throw the axe at people.
All right.
And I remember him killing me. Like I said, the mechanics for it weren't necessarily the greatest.
Okay, so are you bad, or is this...
Like, I'm mixed between bad and, like, it's in beta, so there's definitely... Like, the idea to me is great.
Okay.
Like, this definitely seems like a good idea. It's just, it needs fucking polish.
Okay. But to be fair, it is in beta, like
it is
you
in
said.
beta. Like I said, it has elements that are, like, pretty good. Like I said, don't starve type deal, survival elements, something that hasn't been done in Battle Royale.
Yep.
Which incorporates other elements. Like it kind
it's survival battle royale.
It
really
forces you to, like I said, encounter people, or you have to find something to kind of just either wait it out. Like you can't camp. The camping's a little bit more difficult in this.
So I'm looking at this map, and it looks like it's almost like a flower where there's one central hexagon.
Yeah, each map.
What is that? That's a hexagon. Thank you. So there's one central hexagon, but then there's six other hexagons around it.
Yeah, so when we start, each time I start, like I said, I only play 2 games, but each person started in a different hexagon.
Okay, so the idea is there, hexagon 6 is going to be shut down, so you have to move to another one. So whoever got 6, you go find someplace else.
Yeah, like I happened to get unlucky. Mine was like the second one that got called in my first game, and I was kind of like scattering to be like, oh shit, now I have to go to the next section.
Gotcha.
And I couldn't like necessarily figure out everything. Like I said, if you saw in, most people can't see, but the electronics thing, like I wasn't able to figure out what that did. Because,
and you're playing this on Xbox?
Yep.
Can you play, like, is it duos or is it all?
You can do, I believe it's duos and...
Like fours maybe or something?
Yeah, something like that. Might be
quads?
Something else.
What is it? Is it squads or quads?
Squad.
This is a Pete question through and through.
It's a Pete type of game.
I mean, Pete, so you play PUBG. You're not a huge Fortnite guy.
No.
But does this look like something you'd play or not really?
I would give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm kind of like, maybe
Like I said to like you, I was interested in the beginning. I was like, oh shit, it actually looks. And
you know what, Anthony? I would never play this game by myself. I would play it with friends.
Really?
Yeah. Like if you were like, hey, I'm playing Darwin Project or whatever the fuck this game's called.
You join it.
Is it the Darwin Project or Experiment? Project?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that.
But yeah, I would be like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try and play with you and then be like, all right, figure out what the fuck we need to do. So this guy looks like he needs to be getting out of someplace, but now
like
he's
so, like
deciding.
West Forbidden, so it's closing down, and his map's lit up. So those you see at the
Yep.
bottom left, most people can't see, but like the hexagon's closing. It's telling you it's closing. He's got 25 seconds.
What did he just do?
I didn't make it that far. So
Okay.
the guy killed me before. It flashed on the screen. It says like electronics. I don't necessarily know.
He
what
looks
that
like
does.
he's anti-gravity now.
Earlier it said there's a gravity storm going on. That's what
Oh,
the vertical
the-
bright lines are.
All right. I'm glad someone's paying attention, Pete.
So Pete, like I said, you've played a lot more like battle royale games. Like I had no clue. Like getting bearings in battle royale games, like especially ones that have like added like I played Fortnite. I played on the Switch. Like that's actually really simple to get the fuck into. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing. Like I came in fourth my first game.
Hey, there you go.
Like it's very like
So you don't need to get good. This game needs to be better.
it needs to, like I said, flush out like some of the or just fix.
What is this? What is this tooth icon on the map down here?
It's the electronics, I think.
Pete,
Pete's
stop being
fucking-
so goddamn
Yeah,
good at
see,
this.
Like I had no idea. And like I said, like you're kind of in a rush, so like you can't really figure out.
You got to play a bunch of times to figure out what
Just-
the hell happened.
Correct.
All right.
So that was it.
Is this the only one map? There's only one map here, or is there?
I don't know if the map changes from like the cold, a different cold map. I actually couldn't tell the difference, but they're
Okay.
all winter maps as far as I
Okay.
could tell.
So everything that you've played looks similar to what we're watching right now.
Correct.
Okay. I was just wondering because most battle royale games it's like one or two maps, and then they they'll tweak. Like I know Fortnite tweaks the shit out of it every season, so they're always constantly changing the landscape, which is really cool.
Yeah, so new people like you can't memorize.
Well, you can know what was there and what is there, but slowly over time that's going to change.
Yeah. So you can't camp or it's like a favorite spot where everyone kind of goes to.
Well, yeah, when something like that happens, they fix it. They change it. They go like, okay, the Dusty Depot is the place that everyone goes. Let's level that so it's a crater now. So people are like, all right, well, we don't really want to go there. We have to find somewhere else we want to go.
Look at this tracking.
Yeah, what's going on with that tracking? Do you know, Ant?
No, I haven't gotten. Like I said, I played 2 games. I died relatively quick in both. And I was like, you know what, Octopath Traveler seems like.
I get all these other games and I'm like, but Octopath though, it's still there. I still have to. I haven't even done anyone's second chapter. I got to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'm pretty entailed into Octopath.
Yeah. Anything else about the Darwin Project?
That was it. Like I
All right.
said, unfortunately, I felt like it was I paid for an Xbox subscription. It's free, so if you already have one, try it out, I guess. If you
Sure.
feel like
Cox, if you got an Xbox Live, Anthony will play Darwin Project with you.
I will.
Oh, he will.
I will. If he downloads it,
Maybe
play
I'll
it.
download it. Who knows? But anyways, that's going to be it for Under Your Thumb this week. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We're going to take a quick break and come right back with the drunken news, so stick around.
Anytime you're ready.
We're live?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Tangent Podcast. And by another, I mean episode 177.
Still on the same episode.
Yeah, it's the same episode. I've been doing some drinking, and I haven't eaten anything. I've been eating chips. It's not really filling up my stomach.
It's not getting really
Let's do
alcohol.
the
I feel
news.
fine.
Yeah?
Pete's tank's like full of fucking beers.
I'm kind of a
And reading the news.
big time drinker. Huh?
It's a great intro. It's a
Yeah.
great fucking intro.
I like scotch.
Scotch. Here it goes down. So, first piece of news that we have, I'm actually ad-libbing. So, No Man's Sky is kind of having a moment right now. They released
back
on
in
the
the
Xbox.
limelight.
People are really kind of fucking freaking out about it, and I don't understand what it is. They added a bunch of stuff, and
we
apparently
played it.
it's like a full, more fleshed out game.
It's at a 50% rating.
I don't know, man. Like, everyone seems to be loving it right now. And I don't know if it's because there's a lot more content to it or if it's just a better time to go back and to play it. But
Not
people are loving it. I'm not going to go back. A lot of people have kind of said, like, oh, you really should. I think that you really might enjoy it. But it's been uninstalled, and I'm not like, oh, they burnt me, so I don't want to play their game. It's just, I don't know. I have no interest in it. I played it. I understand what it is. But I don't know. I have no real interest in this. Have you guys seen this?
Always like a good comeback.
I've seen the
That's what you
screenshots of.
Don't worry about that. I never played it. I didn't like the look of it. I knew I wasn't going to like it, so I didn't.
You
play
just
it.
avoided
Yeah.
it at all
Yeah.
costs. Good call. I mean, like Steve said, he likes a good comeback. I'm actually extremely excited for this, for HelloGames and Sean Murray. Because, and this is what I said when they first released No Man's Sky and it was a piece of shit,
To hope to learn from the mistakes.
that I hope that they get a second chance at making something good. So maybe this game wasn't great and it's their first one, but I hope that this studio can then take this and make a new game that might hit. You know what I mean? Because I would rather...
The idea was great.
Exactly. I'd rather this unique idea for a video game come out and be a blunder than another Call of Duty game. You know what I mean? Or another first-person shooter game that you know is going to do semi-well.
Look at Star Citizen.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite. This is the same
We
type
talked
of
about it, I
concept,
think,
but
yeah.
like
It's
a
a space-
total different
yeah.
approach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Space management, though, isn't it?
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like endless space essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But just was it like a Kickstarter type thing? Where
Oh, yeah,
it
and
wasn't-
people are,
you
like,
can throw in
donating.
thousands of
Yeah.
dollars.
Well, when
to
No Man's
get it.
Sky came out, everyone was like, let's go to the other game.
Yeah,
You
Stars.
know, it's much better. It was like they didn't lie to you, I guess.
No, fair enough.
So
I mean, No Man's Sky was very hyped.
Yeah, it
I
was.
remember a lot of hype.
it was an exclusive game, and people like, oh, we're getting fucking great PS4 exclusives, and it came out. I was like,
Maybe it wasn't so ready. And I wonder if they released it early because they were getting the backing from Sony, and Sony was like, you kind of have to hit a date. And I'd love to see a documentary on that. I'd love to see like a no clip from Danny O'Dwyer to actually to see what happened there. Maybe in the future, I don't know if I think the wound is still a little fresh.
Oh yeah, which you're
for
5 years out,
PlayStation
but
people, like
I
Xbox,
bet.
like I said, Xbox hadn't had it. Like I said, it's getting mixed reviews. So like, it's definitely
It's a Cinderella story at this point where they were down and out and now they kind of are on top right now, and I'm very happy for them. I'm glad to see that they're doing well. Hopefully they're making money and enough money to then create something new, because I want them to be done with No Man's Sky. Like, they made No Man's Sky. This new thing is called No Man's Sky Next.
I think he wants to be on a clean slate with people.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to have that
So he'll-
taint to his name, and
He'll fulfill the promise of the No Man's Sky to the degree of like it's, what originally he was supposed to be there, and then he'll probably move on.
I hope so. I hope the team does really well. But
Explain that fucking end game. You go through a black hole in the center of the galaxy, and it just
If you
resets the game.
If you can make it there. No
sure,
one made it there. Yeah.
I didn't make it there. I don't know what the fuck
Still
happened.
gathering fucking gold on
Yeah,
for fuel. I couldn't even
I
make
just
it.
there
all
was
that grind, and it's just so disappointing. It just resets the game.
that sounds
Like,
awful.
what?
No thanks. No thanks. Next piece of news that we have comes from Dalton Cooper over at GameRant.com. Rumor Microsoft may be developing 2 next-gen Xbox consoles. So, one of the most surprising moments of E3 2018 was when Phil Spencer mentioned that the next generation of Xbox consoles are already in development and codenamed Scarlet. No further details were shared beyond that, but a new report may give fans a better idea what to expect from Scarlet in the future of Xbox. Thoreau reports that Microsoft plans on launching 2 distinct versions of the next generation Xbox. One version will be a traditional home console that will play games locally, but the other will be a cloud-based streaming box that has been referred to as the Scarlet Cloud. The cloud-based, weird, right? Why wouldn't you call it like the Jade Cloud or like something green? I associate green with Xbox.
Oh, color scheme wise, I just
Right? Like
who
the red
knows?
cloud? I don't know.
That's ominous stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. The cloud-based Xbox console will be made to stream games from Xbox's upcoming streaming services and will reduce latency by running games both locally and through the cloud. I don't have details on how they'll do that. Technical mumbo-jumbo, but hopefully it'll run better.
Maybe they'll change the color to red. Their whole color scheme.
Oh, yeah,
Your
maybe.
Xbox will die.
Yeah.
Ah, red ring. Nice. Nice.
Scarlet
Anthony.
ring.
Whether players choose to purchase a traditional version of the Scarlet or Scarlet Cloud shouldn't make a difference in terms of what content they can access. Both Scarlet and Scarlet Cloud, and apparently other devices as well, such as PCs, will have access to Microsoft's games streaming services, which will be presumably an evolution of the Xbox Game Pass, which currently requires players to download each title individually. In this report, Thoreau also reiterates that Microsoft is looking to release this next generation Xbox series of consoles in 2020, which I think is a realistic timeline, right?
2020.
2020, the Xbox One came out in 2013, so that's
Whoa.
7 years.
But the mid iteration of the.
Yeah, but do you really count that, though?
They do. Well,
Let's-
people who bought that are going to feel ripped off.
I'm going to tell you right now, I feel ripped off on my Xbox. And I
Well,
have
also,
an Xbox One. I don't have the
well,
X or
that's-
S.
That's a different. But if you buy like a PS4 Pro, like Xbox One, they said they wanted to be out before Sony's next console as well.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right.
So
So now they're like, hey, we made this Xbox One X, and we're not going to make a new console. We're always going to like kind of one box, but reiterate it and make it better.
yeah,
I think all they did with that, by having a PS4 Pro and an Xbox One X, is help Nintendo stretch out the Switch to get them back in the game, because there'll be iteration in 2020, I bet. Like
Of the
same
Switch?
Way, yeah, same way there'd be 3DS XL, something like that, where they bump up the specs, and that's all it's doing, you know?
Okay, so
'Cause
you think
technically
that
we-
like
like
you'll
this-
get the new Switch or the Super Switch or
Whatever,
something
yeah,
like
whatever
that?
the update's going to be.
Switch.
Because I think in any other circumstance, if there wasn't a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, we'd already be
Looking at a new console.
We probably might have even seen it. Would
Yeah.
there be like that rumbling at last E3
Oh yeah, where and someone might mention
and then holiday 2019? But I
Is-
bet you now we're talking holiday 2020, maybe for the next Xbox or the next PS4 or the like PS4
Well,
5.
this
not
PS4 is
PS4,
saying that the Scarlet
PS5.
is supposed to be 2020. So
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like, I think Nintendo's gonna just, slip in. Slip in. There's gonna be Tegra 3 in the Switch. I bet they'll update it.
Steve, you're speaking Greek to me.
The
new
next
chip.
iteration of the Tegra, whatever's inside the Nintendo Switch, is gonna be updated.
Okay.
And I could see
Better
and so
chips,
it's given
faster
that- I think it's-
processing power.
Right, and I
harder
think it's given them the
teraflops.
time.
More RAM.
It's actually buying them the time to do that,
Mm-hmm.
where they can monetize everything that they've already done with the Switch and just continue on. I think it actually benefits Nintendo the most.
You think so?
I think
That's
so.
actually not a bad idea, Steve. I hadn't given that a thought as to them making a new console, but then Nintendo riding that wave and then making a bigger splash.
Put it, update it, and then just launch at the same time again.
Oh no, I'm even talking about the reiteration that you were just.
No,
talking
that's what I'm
about.
saying. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. I didn't even think of that.
Time it. I think it's done nothing but help them, and I don't think Microsoft or Sony technically care about Nintendo at all.
I think at this
They're
point,
in the battle between each other.
I think that Microsoft actually cares a lot about Nintendo with like the cross-play and being buddy and stuff.
Well,
I
in
think-
that regard, but I meant in the sense of the competition. It's really Sony for them.
Yeah, well, Sony's the giant that
Yeah.
everyone needs to kind of
wants to take down at the
Yeah.
moment. They're-
PC is the master race.
Wow.
whatever you need to tell yourself, Pete, to fall asleep at night.
compensate.
Next piece of news that we
Keeps me
have.
awake because I'm gaming all night.
See, that Steam library of yours. Next piece of news comes from Cameron Corliss over at GameRant.com. Nintendo targets ROM sites in a new lawsuit. Surprising, Nintendo suing somebody. Nintendo has always been strict where copyright law is concerned, and a new lawsuit against 2 ROM hosting websites seem to prove that the gaming giant has no intention of changing its ways in the near future. The 2 ROM sites in question are Love ROMs and Love Retro,
I do love both.
the latter of which have already been taken offline since the cease and desist was issued. Both websites are operated by the same person according to said lawsuit. Nintendo's suit, filed on July 19th, 2018, to the U.S. District Court, U.S. Court District for the District of Arizona, complains that the 2 sites are, quote, notorious online hubs for pirated video games, end quote, and they have operated with, quote, willful disregard of Nintendo's rights, end quote. Let's see. Points out how the ROM sites could potentially be damaging to the NES and SNES classics.
I don't think it's hindered that.
Probably not. Here's a quote. Nintendo continues to produce, market, and sell many of video games originally developed for its early video game systems, including SNES and NES. In 2016, Nintendo released the NES Classic, a miniaturized version of the SNES or the NES console that featured pre-installed copies of many yada yada yada. So it's basically just, hey,
How much was the lawsuit for? Did it say?
you know what?
I can't remember if this was.
It's probably
It's a lot of money, I believe.
it's either a lot of money or take this shit down before we sue you for a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nintendo doesn't want money from this site. They just want them to stop doing it,
Yeah.
Correct.
which is probably what's going to happen. Also, stop pirating video games. There's no
Ooh.
reason for you to pirate a video game. It's 2018.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
It's more reason.
No, it's not more reason. You can play all these games anywhere. If you're like,
I'll
I
see on Switch.
really need to play
God of War.
God of War 1, you just fucking download it on the
When I'm
PS4.
by that, I mean
but
that's
Sony.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about 99 and older.
Okay, so maybe,
Half-Life.
or like, what
It's not
about
99 and older, but
GameCube games? If you still have your Wii, you can play them, but I'm sure at some point, like older games, like 99 and below, like I'm sure the N64 Classic
Battletoads.
is coming.
Mother
Cool.
3.
We can only
Mother
hope
2.
that it is.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, fucking.
Well, you can play that on. Oh wait, no, you can't,
can't
play that
play it
on
on
Air
anything.
Replay.
You definitely need to pirate it. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, yo ho,
Pirate's Life for me.
GoldenEye we go.
and a bottle of rum. Last piece of news that we have, it's short news week this week. It comes from Matthew Hayes over at comicbook.com/gaming. Xbox Live Games with Gold for August has been revealed. So, for those of you that have an Xbox Live account, you can get Forza Horizon 2 Standard, the 10th Anniversary Edition, from August 1st through the 31st. From August 16th through September 15th, you're going to get For Honored Standard Edition for Xbox 360 and Xbox One through backwards compatibility. You'll be able to get Dead Space 3 through August 1st through the 15th, and Disney's Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, from August 16th through the 31st. I will say,
Better.
For Honor's good. Forza Horizon 2 is all right.
Dead Space.
Dead Space 3 is not so good.
It's free.
It's free, but it's still not so good. And Disney's Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, I hear is better
Than the first
than
one.
the first one, but still not that great.
I liked it.
You
The
played
the
this one?
angles. So they had the Cuphead concept of like when you went back to like the Steamboat Willie type scenes. Those are fucking fantastic.
Okay.
But like you said, the camera angles for that game, not so good. Everything else is all right.
Okay.
But
Did you
it's
play
free.
it with anybody or no?
No long.
Okay. Did you play as Wally the Rabbit? What is it, Wally the Rabbit or
Mickey.
Mickey? Because you can choose one of the two.
Could you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Because like the original Disney mascot was like Wally the Rabbit or some shit. Oswald.
Don't remember
Oswald
it.
the Rabbit.
Oswald the Rabbit.
Yeah. And then he didn't do too hot, and then Mickey took over.
Right.
I want to say it was Oswald.
It's kind of like Luigi taking over.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like if Luigi came out first, and then Mario came out, and Mario took over. But that's not how that.
No, that didn't go down like that.
Yeah, Luigi's the butt of every joke and the ass in every eye.
He's a better plumber.
Probably because he's not off gallivanting with the princess every other day. He's fucking doing work. He's cleaning pipes. He's
He's holding the business down.
Yeah, he's laying pipe and flushing toilets. All right.
He's got that mean mug glare when
Thanks.
he knocks people out. Have you seen that?
The
Oh,
Luigi
yeah.
death
Oh,
stare.
Oh yeah.
Mario Kart's a whole other ball game.
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I know
actually
you can't see
didn't
that.
know it offered. I can't. I was just probably like, I have no idea what the fuck this is. I'm sticking with Mickey.
Yeah, probably a good call.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's going to be it for this week's Drunken News, and that's going to be it for actually this week's The Tangent Podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around and listening and all that other jazz. If you guys like what you hear and like what you see, please go over to youtube.com/pixelatedpoints or twitch.tv/pxlpts and subscribe to us there, or any podcast catcher that you like to listen to podcasts on, because we're around the globe, baby. Any podcast catcher, you
We're
can
known
get
around
us.
the globe.
We're known around the globe.
Around the world.
Some people call us the Harlem Globetrotters. Other people call us
who is that?
Four Drunken Idiots. You be
Somebody.
the judge.
Globetrotters are a bunch of cheaters.
Okay.
They did travel a lot,
Who?
but they were
Harlem
Globetrotters.
Globetrotters.
Huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Basketball jokes.
Great.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys so much for
Got it.
watching. We'll catch you guys next week on The Tangent.
This is where you can find us.
Yeah, they know the rigmarole.
Do they?
It's there.
In 2020.